Good morning, and let me welcome you to Passing the Baton 2009 edition. Let me just say we're just thrilled to have such a tremendous turnout. There are over 1,400 people registered to be with us today, and you all who have gotten up at dark 100 and started off the morning with us are due special thanks. I was afraid that the room would be half empty at this hour, but it's not. We're not only pleased with this very large turnout, but especially with the many speakers with very distinguished records of public service who plan to make this, who will indeed make this event interesting and make it a very informative day for all of us. 8 years ago, the United States Institute of Peace organized the national conference on this same theme, Passing the Baton, as the country made the transition from the Clinton to the Bush administration. Today, our country is in another leadership transition, but in significantly changed and obviously very challenging international and domestic circumstances. In 2001, we were in the post-Cold War world, trying to figure out how to relate to post-Soviet Union Russia, how to stabilize the Balkans, trying to assess how to organize our national security management in a world moving beyond the era of superpower confrontation. But within 9 months of the Bush administration taking office, 9/11 transformed for Americans, and indeed for the world, their conception of international challenges. Our national security and foreign policy agenda was dramatically altered, producing a paradigm shift in the issues and the approaches to protecting American security and promoting our interests abroad. But today we're in the post-9/11 world. We've now struggled for 8 years of efforts to deal with catastrophic terrorism perpetrated by non-state organizations, dealing with mass atrocities in weak and failed states. Darfur and the Congo will comment on that before long in more detail. We've dealt with the challenges of countering the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, with the failure of peace processes and the challenge of stabilizing and reconstructing societies torn by war, ethnic conflict, and religious extremism. Passing the Baton 2009 is an occasion to highlight the challenges and the opportunities facing the incoming Obama administration. On the one hand, as we speak, the Middle East is again engulfed with the violence of that seemingly endless, intractable conflict between Palestinians and Israelis. Enduring hatreds are now amplified by new technologies of destruction and the intervention of regional powers and their surrogates who are opposed to peacemaking. On the other hand, our president-elect has a unique opportunity and the reception by the world to restore American leadership abroad on issues ranging from the threat of nuclear proliferation to the effects of global climate change. The presentations and the panels of today's event are organized around major issues in this new national security and foreign policy agenda. But the event is not really a comprehensive survey. Rather, it focuses on projects, and we've invited as speakers personages who are central to the work of the Institute of Peace. With our broad and flexible charter from Congress, dating back to our establishment in 1984, and by the way, as you note, this is our 25th anniversary year. Our charter focuses us on approaches to managing international conflict by nonviolent means, on ways of strengthening our national capacity to manage, prevent, hopefully, and resolve conflicts abroad. Now, as you'll see in your conference agenda, today's plenary sessions cover the full range of challenges facing our country today. The dawning prospects for negotiating peace amidst the violence playing itself out as we speak here in the Middle East. The urgent need to prevent the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction in an era of catastrophic terrorism, the challenge of preventing and stopping mass atrocities against civilian populations, the kind of genocidal violence we see today in Darfur and in the Congo, the challenge of stabilizing war-torn and divided countries from Iraq and Afghanistan to Pakistan, especially in the face of disruptive efforts by Iran and extremist groups like Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, and the Taliban. And then there's the new, and I guess it's fair to say, unexpected challenge that will be a financial burden to this country, to the new administration, and that is our domestic economic meltdown with its widening impact on the stability of trading partners and developing countries around the world. Now, more elaborate description of these presentations that will be held here in the plenary room, but also the breakout panels and bios of our presenters will be found in your program folder, which goes into a lot of the detail that I don't need to spell out here. But let me just conclude by saying that our event today will culminate with a reception marking our 20th anniversary year, and we anticipate that there will be quite an interesting turnout of members of Congress and other personages, senior public officials, former officials who we work with, who we hope will comment favorably on the work of the Institute. Today's event helps us fulfill our educational mandate from Congress, that is to explore with the public the most pressing issues of war and peace. And as we now move to our presentations, let me acknowledge the generous support we've received for today's event from our premier sponsor, Lockheed Martin, and from our co-sponsors, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Raytheon. And we hope you'll enjoy the hospitality that is out in the reception area and that we'll enjoy here throughout the day. And I would be remiss if I didn't express our special appreciation on behalf of the Board of Directors for the incredible job that our staff has done in putting this event together. They've been up all night. In fact, it's rather interesting for those of you who might have been at our groundbreaking ceremony in June. There was a violent storm the night before the event. It tore apart physically the arrangements, the seating, the other banners and other things for the event, and our staff got up at 4 in the morning and pieced it all together on what was a beautifully clear, sunny day. Well, we seem to be setting a pattern here today. Yesterday, as you know, it was a very nasty, rainy day, and here we have a nice, clear blue sky. Maybe that says something about somebody watching over the work of this institute. But I trust that today's presentations, the panel discussions, will heighten our understanding of the great challenges to international peace that confront us all as we welcome the onset of the Obama administration. So again, thank you. And now I want to ask to come up on the podium our board chairman, Robin West. Let me just say that the Institute has been blessed in its history in having some remarkable chairs of the board: John Norton Moore, Elspeth Rostow, Chester Crocker will be moderating the panel with former Secretary of Defense Bill Perry in a minute, and today J. Robin West. And Robin will introduce our first speaker, and let me just say, as the CEO of this operation, we're really very fortunate to have Robin as our board chairman at this time. Please.
Thank you, Dick. Good morning. As the chairman of the organization, I should mention that we're very lucky to have Dick Solomon as the CEO, so let me turn that around. Dick has done a fantastic job.